All right, hello everyone. My name is Eric Jones, and I'm going to be your instructor for HOR 164-800 for the summer 2014. And to begin with, 800, ladies and gentlemen, means 100% online. All of your course assignments are going to be accessed through Blackboard. This lecture is going to go over how those procedures and policies will work and how you're going to access the information. But first, we're going to go ahead and start off with the syllabus. Once again, my name is Eric Jones, and I would like to personally welcome you to HOR 164. I think this is going to be a fun class. It's one of my favorites to teach. We're going to learn a lot about the use of pesticides, the actual safe use of pesticides. And we're also going to learn techniques that does not require the application of pesticides. We're going to incorporate the integrated pest management scheme. So we're going to take a look at that. And actually, a lot of these pests that we encounter in our landscapes, in our landscape settings, we may or may not have to use pesticides. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our syllabus. Again, it's called Hort Pest Management. It's HOR 164-800 for summer 2014. My name is Eric Jones again. My contact information is ejones@forsythtech.edu. My office telephone number is 734-7404, and my cell phone is 345-2148, and I'm available usually on that till around 7 p.m. Sometimes a little bit later, but most of the time I like to turn it off when I'm at home. My office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., and my office is located in Winston 204C, and most of you already know where that's at, but it's the office that's in between the lab room with your plant classes, and then the design room where you actually had plant materials and landscape design. So I'm the office that has the two doors on it. And I just want to let you guys know that I am here. I will be in my office from 8 to 9 during office hours. You can call me, you can email me, or you can drop by and talk to me about your course material. Skills needed for this class: basic math, reading comprehension, and knowledge of plant materials. Most of you already have the skills needed to take this course. The class meeting times and location. All assignments are going to be posted on Blackboard weekly. Your credit hours are 3 semester hours of credit for 10 weeks. We do have a short week being a summer semester, so basically if you were taking this class face-to-face, we would meet twice a week for 3 hours. But instead, we're going to do it all online. Your last day to withdraw without penalty is June 24th. And the websites that you're going to need to access is Blackboard and TechLink, so you can access your Forsyth Tech email. There are no access codes for this course. Materials required is the North Carolina Pesticide Applicator Certification Core Manual and the Ornamental and Turfgrass Pest Management Manual. Both of these books should be available by Friday, May 16th, the first day of class. That's what the bookstores told me, so they will be available definitely by the first day of class, hopefully a couple days before, but if not, definitely on May 16th. You're also going to need a calculator, and you're going to need access to a printer, because you're going to have to print your homework off that's going to be uploaded as PDFs. If you do not have access to a printer at home, we do have computer labs here on campus that you can print your homework assignments. Access to Blackboard, possibly Microsoft Office. Hopefully not, but there may be an instance where you need to open that up. And the capability of reading and printing the PDFs. So that's the only software or computer-related software that you will need for this class. The course description. This course covers the identification and control of plant pests, including insects, disease, and weeds. Topics include pest identification and chemical regulations, safety and pesticide application, and upon completion, students should be able to meet the requirements for the North Carolina Commercial Pesticide Ground Applicator's License. And you'll see when we get into that topic of discussion, you'll realize that there's several categories that you may want to pursue even a little bit further. But there are no prerequisites or co-requisites for this course. Your learning outcome. Students will be introduced to the history of horticulture chemicals, to the basic techniques of pest identification, to the elements of integrated pest management, to the types of and formulations for various chemical pest controls, to safety factors in handling and using chemical pest controls, to the beneficial and harmful effects of chemical pest control, and to the types and effectiveness of alternative pest controls. And those are your learning outcomes for HOR 164. 800. Information literacy at Forsyth Tech. Information literacy means being able to access critical information, knowing how to research the right amount and the right quality of information that fits the task, being able to evaluate and analyze that information appropriately to solve a problem, and having the ability to communicate that information to others. These are the skills that are necessary for continued success in life, continued learning, career success, and the ability to adapt in a changing world. Forsyth Tech feels that these skills are of vital importance for students in this information age. To emphasize this, the slogan, Information Literacy Because We Care, is being used for its QEP campaign. The CARE acronym stands for the essential skills: communicate, access, research, and evaluate that are beneficial to students. Grading and evaluation methods, the fun part of this class. These topics here, or bullets, guys, are the components of your final grade. Well, 5% of your grade is going to be your discussion board. You're going to have 1% for your self-introduction, which you're going to do as soon as you've watched this lecture. Go ahead and log into Blackboard. We already logged in because you're watching this lecture, but go to the discussion board and introduce yourself. You'll see a topic in there entitled Self-Introduction, and just type a little bit of information about yourself. That way I can get to know you. I'm going to do the same for you guys, so you'll know a little bit about me. Most of you I've met, some of you haven't, since I've just returned from deployment, so I want to know a little bit about my students. Then there's going to be 1% for each unit. You're going to have 4 units. As you can see there, Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, and Unit 4. So you're going to have 1% each for the units on the discussion board. And with the discussion board, guys, that's just a chance for you guys to discuss the course with your classmates. If you have any questions about the homework, or what chapter would we find the answer to number 12? I'm having a little bit of difficulty with that. I want you guys to be able to communicate back and forth and help each other out. So if you post a question or you reply to a question put on the discussion board, you've got your 1% for that unit. And that'll total 5%. Then your homework or labs. I use these words interchangeably. But they are due each Friday at the Learning Center before the unit exams. And I'll talk a little bit more about the Learning Center here in a little bit. But you're going to print out your homework, and you're going to work on your homework throughout the unit. Unit 1's 3 weeks. So you're going to print out that homework. You're going to be watching the lectures. You're going to be reading the chapters that I tell you to read. And you're going to start answering those questions, and you're going to turn them in on Friday before your unit exam. Your Unit 1 exam, well, back to homework. That's going to be 15% of your grade. So there's a good possibility, guys, that you'll get 20% right off the bat by just doing your discussion board and turning in your homework on time. Next, you're going to see the exams for each unit. Exam 1 is due June 8th, Sunday, and they're always going to be due at 11:59 p.m. That's the end of the day on Blackboard. Unit 2 is due June 22nd, Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Unit 3 is going to be due July 7th, and that's on a Monday at 11:59 because of the July 4th weekend. I figure some of you guys may or may not be out of town, but we're in school Monday, so the test will be due that Monday. I'm giving you a little break there because I figured some of you guys may be on vacation or spending time with family and friends. But your homework for that Unit 3, it's going to be due July 3rd at noon at the Learning Center because campus is going to be closed Friday, July 4th. So you have to turn in your homework that Thursday. Unit 4 is the exam for that. It's going to be due July 20th, Sunday night, 11:59 p.m. And then your final exam, you're going to have a whole entire week to study and take this comprehensive final exam. It's going to be due July 27th, Sunday night, 11:59 p.m. The final exam is worth 20% of your grade, and then each one of the units exams are going to be worth 15%. And that'll give you a total of 100% for this course. Your Forsyth Tech grading scale. An A is 94 through 100, B is 86 through 93, C is 78 through 85, and D is 70 through 77. And then anything below a 69 is considered an F. If you guys want to withdraw from the course, if you withdraw before the midterm, it does not affect your GPA, you'll get a W. If you withdraw after the midterm and you're passing the course, you'll receive a WP, a withdrawal passing, and it does not affect your GPA. If you withdraw after the midterm and you're not passing the course, you're going to receive a withdrawal failing, or WF, and it's going to be calculated in your GPA as an F. Students who are concerned about their grades should contact me, their instructor, to determine your best options. If you need to withdraw, please submit a drop form to the records office. And guys, anytime you feel like you're getting overwhelmed or whatever, just come see me during office hours or shoot me an email. A lot of these concerns can be handled really quick, and the last thing I want you to do is drop my course. I want you guys to learn this information and have fun in this course. Late work, makeup work, and extra credit. One alternate assignment will be offered by written request to replace a missed exam. If you have not provided notification prior to missing an exam, no alternate assignment will be offered. The alternate assignment will be due the last day of class after the final exams have been finished. I do not remind you if you have missed an exam. This is your responsibility, not mine. Emailing me the written notification prior to the exam being available on Blackboard will suffice for your written request. I will not accept written notifications if the exam is already posted to Blackboard. And there is going to be no makeup for the final exam or homework because you'll have sufficient time to complete these items prior to their due dates. You'll have at least 3 weeks on Unit 1 to do your homework, and you'll have at least 2 weeks to do your homework for Unit 2, 3, and 4. And then you have that whole entire week, the last week of the semester, to study and take your final exam. And guys, I understand this is the summer session. You may have a vacation plan. You may have beach weekend trips. I understand that. That's why I'm giving you this chance to do a written request to replace that missed exam. So if you know you're going to go to the beach and we have an exam due that Sunday night and you're not going to get back until late Sunday and you want to miss it and do the alternate assignment, that's fine. Just to email me prior to that exam going live on Blackboard. Usually I have your exams posted by Friday around lunch for you to take that weekend. So if you're not going to be here, email me. I will let you know what the alternate assignment is. It'll be the same for everybody across the board. It may be a different topic, but usually it's like a research paper that's going to replace that exam. It won't be the same type of exam that's on Blackboard. It'll be something that you'll do a little bit of research on your own. So any questions on that, feel free to email me or call me or post a remark to the discussion board and I'll answer that for you. Academic integrity. Forsyth Tech is committed to academic excellence through honesty and integrity. To protect all students from the results of dishonest conduct, the college has adopted policies to address these issues. It is the responsibility of each student to become familiar with and to understand all academic policies and the consequences for failure to adhere to these policies. Please read and follow all policies listed in the college catalog or in the Student Code of Conduct. Please see pages 44 of the 2013-14 Student Academic Planner. Violations, including plagiarism, may result in grades of 0 or removal from or failure of the course. For a thorough explanation of plagiarism, please see plagiarism.org, and remember, you are responsible for your own work. If you share files with another student for any reason, you will be held equally responsible for duplication of whole or in part. Since students will be working at different paces, I will post the exams as early as possible. And like I said, I'm going to try to have them up the Friday of the weekend your exams due, hopefully by lunch, definitely by the time I leave here campus at 3 o'clock. Therefore, students must not discuss exam questions with other students in the class in any way on the discussion board, via email, etc., until I have posted all the grades and they've been recorded. Discussing the exam questions before all the grades have been recorded would be an act of academic dishonesty, and please revisit the academic integrity section that we just went over. I will let you guys know when it's okay to discuss the exam questions. And usually that's going to be, Sunday night after midnight. If you have trouble accessing an exam or have problems while taking an exam, please let me know immediately. You have my phone numbers and you have my cell phone numbers. My cell phone number will stay on the entire time the test is live that weekend. The only time I may not answer, guys, is if I'm at the soccer field with my daughters. I have 3 daughters that play soccer and are in dance. So if we're at a recital or if we're at a game, I may not hear it or have to turn it off of that. but leave me a message and I'll call you back as soon as that's over. That's the only time that I would have my phone off. So if you're unable to get in touch with me right away about the exam problem and your time is running out, don't worry. I'm going to be fair to you guys. I'm not going to let that, I'm not going to hold that against you. I recommend using a wired internet connection. Guys, I'm recommending that from experience. Taking a test at a coffee shop, probably not a good idea, especially if it's Wi-Fi. You may have 10 other customers come in, log into their Wi-Fi system. It's going to bog down your system. Your exam may cut off. It may get overloaded and cut off. So I recommend, if you're at home, I still take online courses. I'm always wanting to learn. If I take a quiz or a test, the laptop that I'm using right here to record this lecture is what I take my test. I'm on Wi-Fi here at the school now, but if I was taking my test, I would go find somewhere at home. I just plug it in the back of the router, plug it in the laptop, so I know there's not going to be any issue with Wi-Fi. I've had that strong wired connection. But it's totally up to you guys. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Requesting accommodations for disabilities. Forsyth Tech is committed to providing reasonable accommodations to students with disabilities. If you would like to request accommodations for a hearing, chronic health, physical, vision, mobility, psychological, or learning disability which impacts your performance in an educational setting, you must register with the Disability Service Office, or DSO. They are located in the Student Success Center, room 164 of the Allman Center. You can make an appointment by emailing Dr. Hawks at shawks@forsythtech.edu or by calling her at 734-7155. You will be required to provide current official documentation of your disability, and the Disability Service Office will work with you to determine your accommodations. If you would like to find out more information about disability services, the Forsyth Tech Disability Services Office Student Guide is located at forsythtech.edu/disability services. And that publication is also available to you guys upon request. It is important that you register early with the Disability Service Office, as the office needs adequate time to arrange reasonable accommodations. With proper documentation, most accommodations can be completed within a minimum of 5 business days, and listed below are the deadline dates for requesting accommodations. Any further registration for accommodations will only occur for special circumstances. Returning students who have received accommodations in spring of 2014, your deadline to return the accommodations to the DSO is June 4th. Any student who did not receive accommodations during spring semester 2014, your deadline to self-disclose and request accommodation is June 23rd. Official documentation refers to 1. A doctor's clear statement of the disability, including the DSM-IB TR diagnosis, and/or 2. A psychological evaluation completed by a licensed psychologist. Please keep in mind, scheduling an appointment with your provider may take up to 2 to 4 weeks. Please contact the Disability Service Office for an appointment to obtain guidelines needed for your documentation. Campus resources. We have a lot of resources available at this college. The Learning Center, one of my favorites. It's located in the Ardmore building on the main campus, provides tutoring services, computers for student use, and the library. Tutoring may be done one-on-one or in small group sessions and is available for nearly all courses. More information and current hours, contact the Learning Center at 734-7480 or visit them at their web address right there listed in your syllabus. And also, the Business Information Technology Lab, or BIT Lab, located in room 246, Hoosier Hall, main campus, is available for computer-related courses which require Pacific software. Extended college closing. Should the college be closed for an extended period, you will receive instructions on how to continue with your coursework through your Forsyth Tech email. And guys, understand, it's thunderstorm season when we're taking this class. If, Winston-Salem loses power for several days, I'll try contacting you by the telephone number that you've provided school that's listed on your tech link. I'll leave you a message. I'll continue to try to call you and try to send you emails. But if we don't have power or anything like that, don't worry. We will get through that. Don't get concerned about that. I'm fair. We'll work through a situation like that. Course information and policies. It is your responsibility to withdraw from a class. Your instructor will not fill out a drop slip for you. Failure to withdraw from the class may result in a failing grade. Tech link. All Forsyth Tech students are assigned a campus email address. This is the address that your instructor will use to send you individual messages. If you send me an email from Blackboard, The reply that I type back to you guys is going to be sent to your student email address. Please be sure that you can open your TechLink email account. If you haven't used TechLink before, please go to forsythtech.edu TechLink. Your student email address is your tech ID at students.forsythtech.edu. I will only open and read email from a Forsyth Tech email address. That's campus policy, guys. So anything that you send from me from Yahoo, Google, or Hotmail account, most of the time I can't open it, but if it does come through, I am not to reply or answer to an email like that. I can only reply to you guys through Blackboard and your Forsyth Tech email address. And if you're having trouble accessing your email, the Learning Center guys, walk over there, have your student ID with you. They'll set that right up. I mean, it may just be a small glitch, or they'll show you exactly how to do it, and they can take care of that for you right away. If for some reason you have trouble getting over there, or any other situation, come see me during office hours, and I'll make sure that that you're able to get and receive your email. Expected course schedule. This course is divided into 4 units, and below is a list of the date ranges for each of the units and the due dates for pertinent assignments. I have listed them in the components of the final grade section on page 2 of your syllabus. The lectures, PowerPoint presentations, and exams will all be posted on Blackboard. Each unit will consist of a collection of lectures of varying lengths. This is a lecture. This is typically how you'll see me presenting the information to you guys. To keep up with the material, it is suggested that you'd spend at least a minimum 1 hour each day, 7 days a week, excluding exam days, studying the material, performing assignments, and listening to lecture material. But guys, I know we all work at different paces. Take a look. If we were meeting face-to-face, you'd meet with me twice a week, 3 hours apiece. So it'd be 6 hours. Of course, you're going to have homework, you're going to have studying, you'll review the material, so you're going to spend at least 7 hours. So I just recommend an hour a day. That's the way I study my classes that I still take online. If I have a 3 credit hour course that I'm taking, even during the fall or summer I may have to spend a little more time, because we even have smaller condensed courses that I've taken during the summer. But a normal class, 3 credit hours, I'm going to spend an hour a day. I don't like to do everything 3 or 4 hours a week in one day. I like spreading it out a little bit each day, and that helps me. So I'm just recommending that to you guys. You don't necessarily have to do it. I just throw out things that help me in my previous classes I've taken to see if it'll help you guys. But completing the work early is encouraged. Homework is to be turned into the Learning Center on main campus at Forsyth Tech by the time and due date that it is listed in the syllabus. The Learning Center is located in room 143 of Ardmore Hall on main campus. It offers an open computer lab as well as academic tutorial and testing services. You will turn in your homework, and your name will be logged into a book with the time and date you submitted it. The homework will consist of math problems and questions that will assist you in taking your exams. And guys, when you turn in your homework, they're going to ask for your name. You'll have to show them an ID, either driver's license or Forsyth Tech ID. They're going to log in your name and time. That way I'll know that you've turned in your homework on the due date by the given time that you're supposed to turn it in. When we talk about completing work early, this first unit is going to be 3 weeks. Well, all your lectures will probably be put up by the end of the week 2. So you may have 5 or 6 lectures. This unit's a little bit longer than the other one, so maybe a few more. Just depends on how I break things up. I record the lectures new each semester. So I may have them finished by the end of week 2, so that'll give you a week to study, finish reading the assignments, and complete your homework. I do not recommend waiting to that last week to try to finish everything. Work on it a little bit each day, and next thing you know, hey, you've viewed all the lectures, you've read all the chapters, and then when you open up Unit 1, you see you've got all these chapters to read. Don't sweat it. These chapters are short in these manuals. So if you're reading chapters 1 through 5 in the core manual, they're short chapters. So you're not going to have to read too much, but we cover a lot of information, especially in this first unit. And it's good information that's going to actually help you pass your pesticide applicators exam if you decide to take it after finishing this course. But note, the deadline for submitting exams is always 11:59 p.m. That's considered the end of the day on Blackboard, because 12 midnight starts the next day. And your homework or labs you'll hear me talk, call them both, is 12 p.m. noon Eastern Standard Time on the posted due dates and the components of the final grade section. So just remember, if you have an exam due this coming weekend on Sunday, your homework is to be turned in that Friday prior to Sunday. And for Unit 1, it's going to run from May 16th through June 8th. We're going to cover certification and licensing, laws and regulations, integrated pest management, and pesticide labeling and formulations. Formulations, we're going to start discussing math, as well as we will in Unit 2 when we talk about the mixing, loading, and applying. There's going to be a lot of math in these first 2 units. Don't worry, it's going to be fun math, and it's kind of exciting to get these problems and actually be able to work through them. I really enjoy it, and I hope you guys will. Unit 2 is going to be from June 9th through June 22nd. It's going to cover pesticides in the environment, harmful effects, emergency response, and personal protective equipment, or PPE. Then we'll finish up Unit 2 with pesticide handling, mixing, loading, and applying, and a few more math problems with that. Unit 3, that's where we're going to be finished with the core manual, and we're going to go into the O&T, or ornamental and turf. We're going to talk about turf grass cultural management and insects, also turf grass weeds and disease, and that's going to be from June 23rd through July 7th. Unit 4 is going to run from July 7th through July 20th, and it's going to cover ornamental culture management, insects and mites, ornamental weeds and disease. And special note for exam days, guys. I do monitor our email over the weekends. However, do not expect immediate response because I only check it in the mornings and in the early evenings from my desktop at home. So if a true emergency has occurred, reach me on my cell phone. Call me on my cell phone. But the good thing now, I did figure out how to get my Forsyth Tech email on my cell phone. However, though, like if I said I'm at the soccer game or something and I need to access some information on my desktop, I'll let you know by returning that email and say, well, I'll call you when I get back to my house or email you the information that you need. I'm not going to leave you guys hanging on the weekend because our exams are going to be on the weekend, so I'm there for you. And final note, while I do not expect to have to make changes to this syllabus, I do reserve the right to modify it if necessary. All students will be notified of any needed modifications, and an updated syllabus will be placed onto Blackboard. And here's a screenshot of your Blackboard course. It's going to be entitled HOR 164-800 Summer 2014. It knows you're in the right spot. If you need to find my cell phone number or how to get in touch with me, you can click the Instructor link right here. Course information is where your syllabus will be, and any updated syllabus that if I email you and say I had to change the syllabus, I will put it in the course information link. And then the only other 2 links that you really need to worry about is your assignments. That's where all your information, your lectures, exams, everything will be in assignments. And then your discussion board. So those are the main ones that you're going to click on. Course information, as you can see, here is your syllabus that's currently that we just went over. How this course works is put up by the school to help you kind of navigate through Blackboard courses. And your assignments folder. As you can see, May 16th, Unit 1 is open. You're going to click in Unit 1. And you're going to see the reading that you're going to have to do. You're going to click in the lectures link, and all your lectures will be posted up. And that's where weekly the lectures will come up. And then all your exams is going to be in the exams folder. Unit 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be there, and your final exam. So you know it's the weekend exams due. Click on it. You'll see your exam. And ladies and gentlemen, once you finish viewing this lecture, I want you to go ahead and do your course entry assignment. This is the course entry assignment as required by the college, not by me. It's required by the college, and this assignment is due May 21st, 2014 by 11:59 p.m. If you do not complete this course entry assignment, I will have to drop you from the course. That's school policy. So, hey, watch this lecture. Go ahead and do this course entry assignment. It's very short and sweet. It's 10 questions, and the questions relate to the course syllabus. So you'll already know the information. All right, kind of showing you guys where the Learning Center is. You know, coming up by the cafe here, and I'm headed over to the Ardmore building. Ardmore Hall is where you're going to find the Learning Center. And you're going to go in through these doors here. As you can see, there is the Learning Center. It's right beside the library and across from the auditorium. And right here is your Learning Center. You're going to go in here at the front door. Usually there's a Forsyth Tech employee or student sitting here. But to turn in your homework, walk over here by the clock. and you're going to see it for Site Tech employee or student that's working there, and you're going to turn in your homework. You're going to state your name. You're going to give them your homework. They'll probably want to see your ID, either driver's license or Site Tech ID. They're going to log your name into the logbook. They're going to say I'm a student. They're going to say Eric Jones stopped by Friday, May 16th at 11 a.m. So it's going to be documented that I turned in the homework on time and on schedule. And here is a snapshot of the two textbooks that you'll be using: the North Carolina Pesticide Applicator Certification Core Manual and the Ornamental and Turf Grass Pest Management book. Both of these books have been updated for this year. Last year we used two books for this, but they've combined it because the one book was only like 11 pages. It was more like a pamphlet. So they've included these in here together. So I'm kind of having to rebuild this course as we go over it. And then your Ornamental and Turf Grass book still has some information about the old licensing laws and dates and basically exam cost. So it depends on if you've got the newer version or the older version. I know the bookstore still has some, but there's only just a few dates. So if you hear me talk about dates on a lecture, we're going to go by the lecture, and then I'll let you know. I'll say, well, guys, if you had the older book by mistake, you know, the new licensing fee. Well, we know the new licensing fee is $75. You know, it used to be $50. So this book here, O&T, may still say $50 in a couple places, but it's $75. And again, my contact information, I'm Eric Jones, located in Winston 204C for my office hours. Remember, they're Monday through Friday, 8 to 9. Feel free to stop by anytime, call me, or email me during that office hour, and you're going to get immediate response. My office hours are designed to be there for you guys. My office number, again, 734-7404, and my cell phone, 345-2148. And guys, you can follow me at all the social media links. Each one of them is a Turf Teacher. I've created these new specifically for my courses at Site Tech. So, you know, actually for my students, not really for my courses. This is mainly, you know, for you guys. I put up, you know, fun stuff about horticulture, and, you know, different links and stuff like that. Everything will be related to horticulture in the program, not necessarily this course. So, any questions, guys, feel free to call me, and be on the lookout for your first lectures as they'll start popping up on Blackboard, and I'll send you an email once I post a new lecture. Thanks, and I'll see you at the next lecture.